living there forward.
So with your supplies purchased and everything else in line, you begin heading out. You follow along the trade road, which takes about 2 days. There's plenty of towns in between, so getting food is not an issue while you're on the trade routes. However, once you reach Fitzroy Crossing, you must now head overland. Give me one more spot hidden roll to represent your attentiveness during the journey.
No.
Yep.
I made it.
No.
How much did you make it by, Matt?
I made it by 13.
Okay. Similar to when you first showed up in South America, there are people that are definitely watching your group, but they're not making moves to follow you. They're essentially watching you while you're in their area, and then they're not watching anymore. But then farther down the road, there's somebody else who does the same thing. It happens when you're in mostly populated areas. It doesn't normally happen while you're on the road. While you're on the road, however, is a completely another matter. There are some snakes that it's hard to tell if they're following you or if it's just a similar snake. But yes.
I will mention. Are we all close enough that I don't have to be like, "Hey, yes, we're all being watched," like out loud or anything?
No, you are close enough that you are fine.
Hey, we're being watched again by people.
I mean, I'm used to it at this point. So.
I mean, it's one of the lesser weird things that have happened.
But now we know a few things, especially whose city we're going towards. Remember, from what we know, or at least what the Mygo told us, the Ithians can possess other people.
Yeah.
So they may have been observing us the whole time.
You guys aren't possessed, are you?
I was.
How
That's why I'm on this journey in the first place.
You guys encounter anything weird before we got here?
No, not at all. Not even once. I haven't done anything weird lately.
I got my curse lifted.
Can I tell if he's lying, like psychoanalyze him or something?
You may make a credit rating roll. You may make a psychoanalysis roll. Or anybody else who has psychoanalysis.
I failed my roll.
I know I have this ability.
Credit rating? They're in alphabetical order.
Oh. 70. I fucked it up. 74.
That's okay. He missed.
I fucked mine up
He missed
too.
telling you were lying. So
Cool. We
Yeah.
both don't know.
I'm suspicious, but I don't really give a shit too
Yeah.
much, I guess.
It's exactly the way you were before you attempted to roll. Like
Yeah.
you think he might be full of shit, but he doesn't seem like he's
at
full of
this
shit.
point, At this point, it's all for the pulp. So.
Yeah.
There's no way left but onward.
Leaving Fitzroy Crossing, you head southeast into the desert. At this point, navigation will be an issue. If you would like, you can attempt to hire somebody to go along with you, but given the fact that people have been watching you, it's tough to tell whether or not you can trust them. If they are agents of the Yith, then they may not want you to find those ruins. Or they may be searching for it themselves.
Is it just all sorts of people are watching us, or like is it?
There is a number of different people that have been watching you based on what Victor has been saying.
Okay.
And beyond the people.
Okay. Can we, like, out of game, I would probably want my character to go look for, like, an aboriginal shaman sort of dude, but does my character even know about that? What would I have to roll to see if they know about that?
Probably anthropology.
I would say anthropology.
Well, I've got a 1% in that, so...
I mean, I have history, so I could...
You can
See if I already
you can
know-
actually make your area knowledge roll to see if you would know that your ability.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
I think it's a
there it is.
20% chance.
Yeah. Nope.
Anthropology.
We're lost.
Oh, no,
But don't worry, I have a
13.
way. I have a way to find out anything we need to know. If we can't find, people.
I don't even know where to start, so.
You can attempt to go on your own. It will be a navigation roll to make sure that you are traveling in the correct direction.
Good.
Because if you want to get lost, the desert is the place to get lost.
I made it by 1.
If I took it times 9,
I don't know where I'm going.
I got it.
I got a compass.
9.
By your powers combined, you know which direction you need to go for the first day. Day number 2, I'm going to need another navigation roll.
I dislike you.
Got it. Got it by 3.
Lower.
I'm gonna break. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Oh, it just
I
missed it.
don't need it.
Second day is fine. It should only be another day of travel before you find what you're looking for.
I hope we don't get lost.
Through the desert.
That night, you will have another one of your strange dreams. There is a rock wall, smooth. It looks like the wall of a building of some sort. There is a door set into it, a secret door. There is a trick to unlocking it, however. It must be pulled before it can be pushed. You see yourself setting this up, but given the scale of it, you're not quite sure how. For things seem far larger than they ought to be for you to be able to do that thing. Day 3, navigation rolls.
15. Got it.
I missed it by 2.
Still a failure.
Yeah,
However, somebody made it. So you continue moving. Eventually, there is a small break in the desert, what looks like a rocky cliff and a cave of some sort below it.
Maybe that's where we need to go?
You're definitely in the area where the city is supposed to be. And if it is, as the Migo have said, eons old, then it is likely that it has been covered by the sand.
Well then,
Let's check out the cave.
shall we?
So I've got rope.
Me too.
I do also
We
have.
all have rope.
We all have rope.
Alright, how far down is this cave from the rocky cliff?
Don't you say 55 feet?
The rocky cliff actually rises out of the sand,
Okay.
so you can simply go around
Oh,
to get down to the side. You don't have to lower yourself down.
gotcha.
And there is a cave mouth near the base of that cliff.
Okay.
All right. Going into the cave, it
Do
is
we still
dark.
feel like? Do I still feel like I'm being watched, or has that been just a constant throughout the whole trip?
Yes and no. Everybody else has the sense that they were being followed until you made it to the desert. That sense has disappeared from everyone except for you, who have that constant sense like somebody's watching you.
Is it dark inside the cave?
It is dark inside the cave.
Light a torch and pull out my gun,
All right.
and I'll lead the way.
Deeper in the cave, there is a small fissure in the floor, down which you will have to lower yourself.
Is there something to tie a rope off onto?
There are some stalagmites
Okay.
that you can tie a rope off to. Nobody cares here if you touch them with your hands.
Alright, I'll tie off my rope and begin to descend into the fissure.
Okay. Give me a climb roll. You have a bonus because you're using a rope.
Well, I rolled a 97.
Your bonus is
Are we all gonna fall in a hole?
not that large.
What is the bonus?
The bonus is 20%.
Oh, well, I still fail then.
I will climb down as well.
Well,
I'm falling.
he is falling first, so
Oh shit.
here's like, are you down yet? He's like, not quite. And then there's some screaming. You will fall about 20 feet.
My legs.
And then hit the ground. You will take 5 points of damage. You do know that it is about 35 feet down, so you made it almost halfway.
Is there any other way down? Like a path
Oscar, you
over there?
alright?
I landed.
What's around you? You.
What was that?
What's around you?
Darkness. I dropped my torch. It broke my fall.
Light it again.
All right. Oh, I mean, are my legs broken?
How
or
far
am
down
I-
are you? Wave it at me.
are in fact not broken.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll get up and dust myself off and get my torch and light it, and then observe my surroundings.
Okay. Looking around, you see a lot of dirt and broken rock. Most of the wall, it looks like a small cavern of sorts. There is rough stone on 3 sides, but the 4th side appears to be almost smooth.
Like the exterior of a temple.
It looks like it's made of a similar material as the pyramids were, but it is essentially from floor to ceiling completely smooth. There's no stairs or protrusions of any kind.
Okay, but it seems like a wall or a part of the structure,
Yes.
similar to the other ones. Okay. I think the temple's down here. It's safe to climb down. Just don't fall.
Alright.
It hurts.
I don't know how to not do that.
Attached.
Yes.
Alright, I will attempt to climb down.
All right. Make a climb roll.
Do I have the 20% with the
Yeah.
rope?
What did you roll?
I rolled 76.
How much did you fail by?
6.
Okay. So you'll make it most of the way down. You will fall the last 5 feet.
Shit!
Taking 3 points of damage.
Ooh!
It's a doozy.
You can first aid your
Is it
damage
even
from the
possible
fall.
to
and
climb
damage.
down
Yeah, I'll
this
treat my
without falling?
First aid on
That's
myself.
not in my hands.
I got it.
I will go.
No,
You're gonna go down next?
What is this
First aid
bonus?
him while they're
Climb
climbing
roll?
down. I got
It's
this as
plus
well.
20 bonus.
So it's a D3 to heal?
D3, D3, yeah.
If you fall, I'm finding another way. There's no.
Too bad. You can
This
roll
is this
D3 to
this,
heal.
this cave is cursed.
D3 to heal
There's
you?
obviously evil
Okay,
powers.
just
What did you roll?
73?
Okay.
6.
You will also fall down, taking 3 points of damage.
I was right, we're gonna fall in a hole.
One of us, Victor. One of us.
Just jump.
Don't
What's
just
the worst that
jump.
could
No.
happen?
That is the worst thing that you can do.
I'll first aid Brittany.
I will attempt to climb down,
Alright, you heal one.
even
D3.
though it seems the odds are against me, and this cave has shitty stalagmites that are slippy or something. I don't know what.
Oh, the
What's
stalagmite's
getting you
holding like a
guys?
boss. It's the rope. They must have greased it up or something.
Yeah. Obviously, I bought the good rope because I have an eye for quality.
Maybe you could tie your rope off and
Yeah,
go down
everyone
that.
was using the same rope, so.
Oh, I'm gonna tie my own rope off
Okay.
the thickest stalagmite in the entire area.
Okay, you can do that. Go ahead, head
This
down.
is a good rope. I'm gonna tug on it.
It seems solid.
I'm gonna keep tugging on it. I'm gonna tug on it 5 times as hard as I can. As it
Okay.
does-
I'm
All
gonna
right,
grab
everything's
the other end and
holding.
just wiggle it while he's climbing down.
Here we go.
Hurry up!
Boom. Fucking 17. That was easy. Why are you guys so shitty at climbing rope?
Hey, I'm a biologist, damn it.
He's not as young as you used to be. So everybody is down in the chasm. You see what I described earlier. It's still a rough, sandy floor. 3 natural walls, obtrusions, inclusions, things like that. And then 1 smooth wall that appears to be made out of the same material that the pyramids were made out of.
This wall looks like the outside of the temple.
Does it taste the same?
There's no corners to bite into, so that's all you.
I'll give it a lick.
This wall does look very similar to the one that you saw.
How much we made rubbings? Is there? Did we get any of like the language or like the characters when we did anything like?
I think the
similar
rubbings
imagery?
were just for.
I know we got the
There-
comical
Yeah.
appendage
There was
monster
some
thing.
writing, but there wasn't enough writing to be able to translate anything off of, and it is not in any language that anyone is familiar with.
So, I've dreamed of this.
I'm gonna take a picture. Oh, it's probably too dark down here for these
What?
1920s
I
cameras.
dreamed of this.
I thought I asked everyone if they had any more secrets to share.
What exactly did you ask?
If there were anything weird happened. I think I asked that though when we got to Australia and not
Yeah, he didn't.
because
he
you only
didn't
had it
ask
last
that
night.
while
What do
were
you
there.
consider
I had
weird?
that yet.
everything that's occurred since I've met
Oh.
you guys.
Oh well, in that case.
Oh, I thought you
uh,
meant not like the something out of the ordinary, like seeing brains in the jars and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah, I talked to a
Pull
demon.
it before you can push it.
Yes,
I
but
was
you're gonna have
visited
to
by a
find
dark
out
What?
where the door is because the
What?
wall looks entirely smooth.
Pulp?
Suppose.
All right, I'm just gonna come up.
Start feeling the walls.
Yeah, walking across it.
All right.
Feeling,
Give me
feeling
a
up
spot
the
hidden
wall.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Pops.
Yeah, I learned that I can definitely talk to the dead if I try hard enough.
Great.
That's not weird though.
Missed it by
That's-
7.
I'm not cursed.
I did it on the
Oh,
did it
good
on the
for you.
train. It's not even a weird. That's not weird at all.
Let's push it.
What are you doing over there?
Pull,
push it.
pull before push.
Pull before push.
Yeah. You see him feeling around the walls.
Did you find something?
There's a secret to it, but I have to find it.
Is it a secret?
Do you need never mind.
You have to. There's a trick to it. You have to pull it before you push it.
Is there anything? The wall's smooth, so there's nothing to grab
The wall's
onto.
smooth, so there's nothing to grab onto. Nothing visible to grab onto.
Knock on it. Ask if you can come in.
Why are you telling me to do it? Why don't you ask your demon friend to help us out, or your dark god friend?
One of the
Oh,
things
she's
you
not
do
here.
notice, which only Brittany had noticed previously because she was the only one who actually touched any of the walls, is that the stone does feel warm. You can give me another spot hidden
Like
while
heat?
everybody watches.
I don't wanna.
40 or
You made
no,
it?
41. I still made it.
That made it? Okay. You do find one section of wall that doesn't feel warm the way the rest of it does. Feeling around in that section of wall, there's a really small hole in it. Like you might be able to get a finger in, maybe, or something else to try and leverage the thing open somehow.
All right, I will describe that.
Okay.
Like, hey, I found I found something.
What is it?
There's this part of the wall is not warm like the others, and there's a slight indentation.
Okay, I'll examine it.
There is a small hole that looks like it might be big enough to put a finger into to try and get
Finger
some
in.
leverage on it.
I'll take out my forceps,
Mm-hmm.
poke it in there.
It's a hole. It's about 3
Can I-
inches deep.
Can I grab anything?
No, there's nothing to grab a hold of.
Can I poke with my pocket knife? Does it go
Yes.
further than his forceps?
It's about 3 inches deep.
Anyone want to put their finger in?
Yeah. I'll put my finger in,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try and hook it onto something.
There is an indentation, so you can actually get a finger in and then at least
Hook
get
it?
a bit of an around. Yeah.
And I will pull.
Okay. You pull on the door. You hear somewhere behind it the sound of something clanking and falling down.
And then I'll push.
The door pushes open.
Whoa. Just like the pulse.
Nice.
It opens up into a very large but somehow small hallway. The ceiling height is about 15 feet. It is only about 5 feet wide,
Okay.
and it goes on for some distance.
Let's hope for no traps. Got anyone wanna?
Anyone good at spotting those things? Because I've had no luck.
I'll go.
I'll go second. I can try.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna pull out my hard rubber syringe
Nice.
and just throw it as far as I can.
Okay. You hear it clatter on the ground,
Okay.
but nothing else seems to happen. The sound is echoing in the small corridor and seems like it goes on a fair distance. Given how quiet everything is down here, it sounds much, much louder than it ought to.
Okay, well. This is as good as it's gonna get, I guess.
I have nothing to lose. I'll go first.
Okay.
And as far as I'm concerned, I've already done better than my dad. So fuck this.
Can you ask your demon friend if this is trapped at all?
No, I'm gonna save it for a better time.
Okay.
We're not friends. We're acquaintances.
I will try to spot hidden.
Okay.
I'm not crazy. I'm
You
gonna
may
talk
roll
to
to spot hidden.
No, sorry.
You do not see any traps.
I'll also
Looks good to
keep
me.
an eye out for him. I failed by 1.
Okay.
We'll try
Okay.
before we
And
continue.
he might not be a demon. He came out of my ring.
I made it by 2.
That's not helping your cause.
The hallway does not appear to be trapped, but it is not covered in sand, but a thick layer of dust.
Has not been used for a while. There's a thick layer of dust. I see no traps.
I mean, as you take a step in, like the dust is probably about an inch deep.
Oh wow, there's a lot of dust.
Well. So you're going first?
Yeah. Yes.
Lead the way.
I'm going.
Okay.
I have one goal now.
I will follow him.
Okay.
Also, if you can speak to the dead, that means there's something afterwards, so there's nothing to really fear anymore.
I can't
So-
argue with that logic.
Yeah, it's good logic. It's sound.
Well, technically, we did speak with someone dead.
Several times. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead.
Okay. You begin making your way down. Marshall is following after you.
I'll be behind Marshall.
All right.
I'll take up the rear.
Okay. You make your way down the hallway. It goes probably about 200 feet and comes to another door with a similar locking device on it. On this side, you just need to move essentially the slab of stone that was put up against it in such a way that when the door was opened anyway, it would fall down and allow the door to be pushed open.
Okay.
It is.
Yes.
It is the least complicated locking system ever invented,
Got it.
but incredibly efficient.
Got it.
However, it is very large and heavy. I will need you to make a strength roll to move it.
I'm not a strong man.
Or you may collectively work together, as it is a large piece of stone.
I will help him.
What is your combined strength?
I have 11.
14. Stronger than you.
25,
yeah.
so times 3 will be 75, so you need to roll less than 75%. One of you may roll, but only one.
I'll let you.
That way failure is his fault.
The most foolish decision made so far. No, we're good.
All right.
You've had a lot more
Get
success
10.
than I have in this.
The stone
Enterprise.
is very heavy, but you are able to get it moved with Marshall's help.
I don't know if I need it. But I'll make him feel good.
I'm helping.
You get the stone moved, and the door pulls open and heads into a large hallway. This hallway is probably 30 feet across. The ceilings are the same, 15 to 20. These ceilings are actually 20 feet tall. And it stretches on for an incredible distance, either your left or your right. Towards your right, you do see an opening in the wall, almost like a large archway, roughly about 10 feet tall, probably about 15 feet wide. You do see some rubble in here from where the ceiling has collapsed a little bit. That goes off to your left and to your right, where you see some of the roof has caved in. But most of the path appears to still be functional and usable.
Are there markings on the walls?
There
I'll
are.
put my torch up to them and see what I can see. If there's like murals or any art.
There are markings on the walls in the form of colored diagrams. There is a shape in a red color, and then there's a shape in a yellow color.
Is this shape just a like?
It looks like
Is
one
it
of the
just like a blob?
it looks like one of the characters that was on one of the reliefs that you saw previously, but you're not really sure what the character itself means. But each of the on the entryway towards the right, it's a little difficult to see from this range, but it looks like there's a similar character drawn on that wall. But given the lack of light, it's difficult to tell what color it might be.
I'll leave the entrance so everyone else can follow into the hallway or the big room.
Okay. Everybody sees this at this point.
All right, what do you guys make of this? Which way?
I have no idea. I'm gonna leave it up to luck at this point. Hopefully we pick the right way. Unless anyone else has any better ideas. You want to ask you?
Yes,
your demon
I was thinking about it. You okay with that? I'm cool with it.
I mean, as long as it doesn't cost anyone's soul.
Didn't last time.
Okay.
Are you sure? Okay.
I've seen weirder things. I don't think a demon at this point. I mean, I was aware of demons before this whole thing.
I'm going to turn on my gas lantern and study the reliefs of the. I'm assuming the yith.
Okay.
Well,
there's actually no release of the if. It's just those colored symbols marking each of the, marking the hallway and any of the entranceway. The one entranceway.
Okay.
But they're all the same symbol?
They are not. Each one that is the same color is the same symbol.
Okay.
All right, I'll record them.
Okay.
Piece of paper, my notepad.
I'll take a picture of them.
I will start preparing a little
Oh, no,
fire,
I didn't bring
or a little bit of
exposures.
amber, a little bit of fire, and a little bit of ring
Okay. You can begin preparing your
ritual.
ritual. It doesn't. It will take you a little time to get some space cleared up so that you can set up your brazier and the amber and everything else. In the meantime, you're taking a look at. You're making a recording of those markings. Are you doing anything else?
So there's how many hallways out of here? Rooms out of here?
There's the hallway goes left and right. To the right, about 40 feet down, there is an entryway that looks like it goes to the left.
Okay. I'm gonna wait and see what happens with this demon ring.
Okay. You get your fire set up. You put your amber in. You set that aflame.
I place the ring.
You place the ring in the flame. A red mist pours out of the ring and
This is
coalesces into the shape of a demon. If everybody can give me sand rolls, that includes you, Matt.
Yeah. Slowly but surely. Actually,
You want to
maybe.
get
Wait,
under?
You want to get under your sand.
I did not
Ooh, I
make
did.
it.
By a lot.
You did?
Nope.
By a lot.
All right, if you made it, there is actually no sanity loss for this. If you did not make it, what did I tell you it was? Was it a D6?
It's a D6.
D6 sanity.
3. Okay. I'm going insane.
2. Well, who needs this anymore?
I've seen weirder.
I know we're deep enough in the campaign that a demon on the ring.
Okay. I kind of didn't
Amazing.
believe you, but
Yeah, this is
Here we are.
He's the one that's gonna help me talk to the dead.
Okay.
That's what he said. That's what I want.
What can I do for you?
I have more questions.
You may ask.
Actually, that's the best question to ask. Where to go? I don't want to.
The best question to ask
There we go.
would be, where is what you were looking for?
Where is what I'm looking for?
What you are looking for can be found in the reliquary. That would be to your right, 2 entryways down, to your left.
Thank you.
And then it turns back into mist and goes back into your ring, having answered its 2 questions.
Well, you heard it from me. You heard it from him. To the right.
it's a pretty nifty trick. All right. What are you looking for?
Oh, how to speak to the dead. I've been saying this over and over and over
Okay,
again.
I just
I
wanted to
haven't
make,
not.
I wanted to make sure you weren't looking
I've been
for like,
open about this from the very beginning.
like a sacrificial altar or something.
I'm just want to know how to speak to the dead.
Well, it's as good a direction as any. Let's go right.
Okay. You go right. You pass the first entryway, which looks like it opens into a large room. There are some tables set up, but there do not appear to be any chairs. The tables stand roughly 6 feet tall.
Shit.
Continuing down, you pass another doorway. This one leads into another hallway with multiple doorways coming off of that. Going past that, further down the hallway, you will hear a rumbling sound, and you feel a slight earthquake go through the building.
Oh boy.
And the roof collapses, preventing you from going back the way you had came.
Shit. There's got to be another way out of here.
Doesn't matter. I know where I'm going.
Continuing down the hallway, you come to the next entryway on your left. This one is marked with a green symbol. Looking into the room, you see row upon row of cubes stacked in some sort of shelves. There appear to be 34 different shelves, each one about 100 feet long. These cubes are only about 5 feet by 5 feet. They are 30 feet tall and completely filled. Some of the cubes have been knocked off of the shelves by the earthquakes. Most of them still sit where they were.
And these are the same cubes from before? Like from the second pyramid?
Nope. These are
New cubes.
much smaller. They look different.
So
Almost,
they were
Okay.
filled?
almost transparent.
Alright, you said
Can
they
we
were
see what's inside of them?
You can, in fact, see what's inside many of them. Many of them contain books of some sort. Most of them, in addition to the book, have a small device which, even though your characters don't know what it is, it looks almost like a circuit board with some buttons on it, and there are 4 long needles that project off of the other end.
Okay. Looks like a bunch of junk. But there's books. Any of them pulp?
None of them appear to be pulp. A lot of them appear to be journals of some sort. Some of them are actual books with titles. You can't make out what the titles are, however, through the transparent substance. It's distorting it enough that it's almost impossible to read.
What about
any
the
of the
ones that have
letters.
not been knocked over? Did anyone spill open?
None of them have spilled open.
Alright, so
So they're sealed.
They are, in fact, sealed.
Is there any apparent opening on them?
There is a lock on each one of varying design.
I'm just try and open the lock, I guess. Just tug on it. See if maybe it wasn't locked.
All of them that have locks appear to be locked.
Okay.
The ones that don't have locks, some of them are empty. None of them appear to have broken. There are 1 or 2 that have locks, however, that if you take the time to explore everything, there are 1 or 2 that do not have locks but have things inside of them. Most of them are small baubles.
So it's just random junk.
Yes.
Okay.
Give me an idea roll, Doug.
1.
1.
Holy shit.
You remember seeing this room from a different perspective. You want to go to the 34th row from the left. 6 columns in. It is the 3rd box up.
I will go over to that
Okay.
and get the 3rd box up.
There is a box there. Inside is one of those weird devices, like I said, and a small journal. There is a lock on it. You know this lock. You remember building something similar. The combination is based on a limerick that your mother told you when you were a child.
How heavy are these things?
10 pounds.
Okay.
Like, it's 5 foot, so it's big.
It's bulky. So I will pull it out.
Okay.
Put it on the ground.
Okay.
And then I will. Does it have dials or?
Yes.
Okay. I will. We're calling the limerick. I will attempt to open the box.
If it's the way you would have done it, based on that limerick, it would have been based on the number of beats.
Mm-hmm.
Which, when you put that in there, the lock opens.
Or how's it open? Is it open like that?
The top actually slides off.
I help light so he can see. So he gets both his hands.
All right. Reach in and
What are you picking up? Are you picking up both things? It's possible too.
I'll pick up the book first.
All right, you open it up. You take out this journal.